Hello, here we have to solve 2x squared is equal to 6x minus 1. Since this is a quadratic equation, we have to solve it for 0. So let's begin by minusing 6x on both sides. And we will get 2x squared minus 6x is equal to negative 1. Now we can add 1 to both sides. And we get 2x squared minus 6x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now we can try factoring this, which means we will multiply leading coefficient 2 by the last number, which is 1, and get the product to be equal to 2. Now we list all of the factor pairs, so we have 1 and 2, and that's it. Since the product is positive, we will look for sum, and we need sum to add up to negative 6. There is no way of making a sum from 1 and 2 being equal to 6, so we cannot use factoring to solve this problem. However, we can use quadratic formula to solve this, and quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. This formula applies to the quadratics in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. In this case, a is 2, b is negative 6, and c is 1. So let's substitute them into the formula and have x is equal to negative of b, and we have b as negative 6, plus or minus square root of b to the second, and b is negative 6, minus 4 times a times c, and a is 2, c is 1, out of 2a, and a is 2. So we get x is equal to negative of negative 6 plus or minus square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 2 times 1 out of 2 times 2. So this will give us x is equal to negative of negative 6 is positive 6 plus or minus square root of negative 6 squared gives us positive 36 minus 4 times 2 times 1 is 8 out of 2 times 2 is 4. This gives us x is equal to 6 plus or minus square root of 36 minus 8 is 28 out of 4. We can simplify square root of 28 a little bit. 28 can be factored into 4 times 7. So we have square root of 4 times square root of 7. This gives us square root of 2 to the second times square root of 7. Square root and the second power will cancel. So we get 2 square root of 7 is equal to square root of 28. This gives us x is equal to 6 plus or minus 2 square root of 7 out of 4. On this step, we have 6 plus or minus 2 square root of 7. Both are even, and we have even denominator, so we know we can reduce by 2. So let's factor out 2 from numerator, and we get x is equal to 2 times 6 divided by 2 is 3, plus or minus 2 divided by 2 is 1, so 3 plus or minus square root of 7 out of 4. 2 and 4 can both be divided by 2, so we can reduce numerator and denominator by 2, and we get x is equal to 2 divided by 2 cancels into 1, so we get 3 plus or minus square root of 7 out of 4 divided by 2 is 2. Since we cannot simplify square root of 7, we can keep this answer as is with plus or minus. However, if we need two separate x values, this is equal to solution set. We have 3 minus square root of 7 out of 2 and 3 plus square root of 7 out of 2 as our two solutions. That's all.